Now is the time to make the announcement.
Hi, my name is Barbara Coimbra. I'm 23 years old and I am from Angola. We are facing the most challenging period since the end of the Civil War caused by high inflation. Unfortunately, malnutrition is the biggest cause of the high infant mortality rate in our country. Good nutrition is very important for a healthy child. Since I was younger, I noticed how many children around me rarely had anything decent to eat. Most children who struggle with that were hardly able to graduate to higher roles in society, which limited their capacity to contribute to our country's development. And it's still seen to this day. The problem is affecting people who live in suburbs and rural areas all over the country. It's a huge challenge because education systems has to be changed. The population's lifestyle has to be changed. And the national food production is too low to meet the population's demand, which explains the higher food costs. If nothing is done about it, children will continue to die frequently, struggle to maintain good academic performances, and even lead to a high percentage of school dropouts. What strategy can be implemented to improve access to nutritional food at a low cost for families in suburbs and rural areas? I realized that teaching natural agriculture at schools will empower people to grow their own food, even in a small scale. Knowing this, I decided to make a project model set up in Angola's only ecological school, Jaubab, where parents pay school fees with collecting recyclable plastic waste. We have already done the first classes, and to my surprise, the children love the class, and some of them are already implemented it at home. It's a school with limited space, so we use vertical gardens in pots made from recycled plastic, and it's also sustainable because food produced at school will be used to prepare the meals. We will need also books, and we are receiving help from agronomy students and volunteers. Every individual and community member, whether if you are a government official, healthcare worker, teacher, business leader, or student, there's a role for you to play. We need to do it now. Malnutrition is not a problem that can be postponed. The lives of children, mothers, and families depend on our action, and we cannot afford to wait.
Hi. Hi Universe, this is Michelle Marquez, the Miss Universe Philippines 2023. And today, I'm about to talk about something that is very close to my heart, and that is towards autism acceptance, inclusivity, and empowerment. 3 foundational pillars to creating a more inclusive and sustainable world. 1 in every 100 children is born with autism. I'm a sister with 2 incredible siblings who are on the autism spectrum, Adam and Mazen. For years, I've had the privilege of serving as the Goodwill Ambassador of Autism Society Philippines, Southeast Asia's largest autism NGO. This family, my family, has dedicated its mission to empowering and supporting individuals with autism along with their families. In 2015, the ASP Autism Works program was born and has been a beacon of hope for hundreds of neurodiverse individuals. We've opened hundreds of positions across 53 enterprises, spanning 10 provinces, diversified in a myriad of industries. Historically, they face lower employment rates up to 80% and higher rates of social isolation than others with disabilities globally. But together, we are rewriting that narrative. These remarkable individuals have found not just jobs, but meaningful careers. It's a testament to what is possible when we prioritize inclusivity and harnessing the untapped potential of these individuals. But we focus on creating sustainable careers for them while providing these individuals with the skills, support, and opportunities to continually thrive through their career development programs, support systems, and fundamental life coaching. But it doesn't stop there. For the employers, it's also a strategic advantage for them as well. Individuals on the autism spectrum possess a unique skill set, making them valuable assets in various roles, from technology and data analysis to creative fields as well. And by championing diversity, they can lead by example to promote a diverse and sustainable workforce. This is not about change. This is about transformation. As we work towards the sustainable development goal of creating opportunities for all, let's remember that we are not alone in this journey. We stand united with individuals on the autism spectrum and their families, and together we can build a more inclusive, empowering, and sustainable world for all. Let's be the voice for those who don't have one. Let's be the reason why millions of lives become empowered. And let's be a true force for good together. This is our voice for change. Let us raise it together, loud and clear, as we continue to empower every individual on the autism spectrum by giving them a chance to foster a world where every voice matters, every individual is celebrated, and no one gets left behind.
In Puerto Rico, suicide is the third leading cause of violent death. I am Carla Guilfo Acevedo, and I am Miss Universe Puerto Rico 2023. Suicide does not begin with the mere thought of it, nor does it end with the life lost. The Commission for the Prevention of Suicide under the Department of Health in Puerto Rico recognizes suicide as both social and public health crisis. This issue is influenced by factors such as socioeconomic inequality and social stigma. Its repercussions in society cause profound psychosocial and economic distress to those left behind. The prevention of suicide is possible. While there is continued demand for legislation to ensure that disadvantaged populations have greater access to health and education, we can continue working to break the stigma. As part of my organization, Let's Begin to Heal, I've created a program known as It's Okay to Not Be Okay. While this issue impacts all age groups, our primary focus will be on adolescents. This initiative comprises a vulnerability and awareness campaign through the use of 3 key elements: the influence of social networks, the Miss Universe National Platform, and schools and organized groups. The purpose of It's Okay to Not Be Okay is to destigmatize sadness, frustration, anger, and other emotions that often drive us to isolate ourselves and conceal our true feelings that can eventually lead to detrimental behaviors. The influence of social networks. Through digital content, we will share information on 3 basic and simple self-care steps that can make a difference in vulnerable moments. Validate our emotions, manage our emotions, and seek help when necessary. Some challenges may be beyond our control and requires professional intervention. Miss Universe National Platform. I have the privilege to work with approximately 30 representatives from different municipalities on the island to create a sustainable impact program. We will train them so that each one can use their social networks to educate and reach more people, which brings me to point 3. Visits to schools or organized groups. Each representative can extend our program to at least 1 school. These visits will cover subjects such as the importance of active listening, validation, breaking the stigma, and fostering a supportive network. If this can be done on a national scale, imagine what could be achieved globally. A chain of effect where we can break down barriers that, far from silencing emotions, it can heal and ignite lives. Because it's okay to not be okay. Like I said on the night that I was crowned,
mírate al espejo, busca ayuda e inspírate porque el poder que habita en ti, el universo lo necesita.